Pre-production, all told, was about 2 years. From the start of the film to principal photography was about 2 years. I heard the story for the first time when I was about 10 years old, and I was in the back of my parents' station wagon. We were headed to a church picnic, and my mom's reading from some anthology. And when we got to the picnic, my brother and sister run out, we're playing with friends, and I was just like, finish the story. So that was the last I heard of it until 2 years ago when it kind of resurfaced in my mind when I was thinking through possible storylines for senior project.
So Joe brought the script to Lauren and I, and he pitched us the story for the first time. And Joe just said, this is a project I really love to do, I'd love to write, but we gotta look at the rights.
We found out it was written by Ben Hecht, who was Alfred Hitchcock's screenwriter.
The collection of short stories by Ben Hecht is still copyrighted. And so that kind of posed a problem of, in order for us to make this and publicly distribute it, we need to find the rights. We need to make sure that we're allowed to do that. And we'd never done that. Lauren and I have produced several films in the past. Never have we ever had to obtain the rights.
Him and I devoted the better part of a year to obtaining the rights to the actual short story that Joe then adapted into a script.
Every time we would search, we just kept hitting walls. We were hitting dead ends.
It was crazy trying to find who was responsible for the yes or no. And finally we found out.
We sent him an email, and he emailed us back and said, let me just talk to some of my staff and we'll let you know. And literally within an hour they got back to me with a contract, and they said, just give this a sign and you guys are good to go ahead and use this film, distribute it, et cetera, et cetera.
And then we finalized the script.
And we're really excited with that. It kind of all came together, and so that was that side.
Our first crew meeting, it was really exciting. First crew meetings are always really exciting because you get to actually see your team in one place. We handed out tons of paperwork to everybody. We had releases to sign and contracts, but then we also introduced a document called the Kinema Commonwealth Manifesto. It's kind of a constitution of sorts, and it was written by Christian filmmakers who were just dedicated to making filmmaking as sustainable as possible, not only just for the community and the environment that we were working in, but also for our art and for our artists that we're working with. So it was really exciting to be able to introduce that to Regent and to the filmmakers that are learning and growing here, and we invited them to hold us accountable to this very high standard that put the artists that we work with and the community that we're working in and the art that we're working on above all else.